in Italy we've come before to eat all the pizza and all the pasta in the world, and now we're here for the first time working, and it's very exciting. We have our first show tomorrow, so
it feels good.
It feels great.
It feels good. It's
our first time in a place outside where we don't really speak the language.
Exactly.
So we've done interviews in English and interviews in Spanish, but we've never done it in a place where you know, it's not our spoken language. So that's cool.
So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for taking the time to be here. We're excited. Like Rick was saying, it's our first show, so we're coming with like an extraordinary amount of energy to be able to perform tomorrow.
That's us there.
The first ones.
Mm-hmm.
We're the first ones in the festival.
But we shaved our head.
So you can not tell us apart. You know, it's hard. Everybody thinks we're twins when we look like that, but you can differentiate because I had curly hair and Rick had straight hair. And now we shaved it, so to make it harder for you guys to tell which one's Mao, which one's Ricky.
We were scared that when we would shave the head, we would lose the ability to sing. You know?
And we
like
didn't.
So
So
we're fine.
thank God.
It's fine. So
I'm Mao, by the way. I'm Mao. He's Ricky. Just in case you were wondering.
Thanks.
But yeah, thank
so
you.
if you guys have any questions or anything like that, we'll take them.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Vanessa by Milano Etno TV. And my question is, what do you expect of the Italian public, and what do you think about Italian people?
So we've been fans of Italian music for our entire life. We grew up listening to Eros and Laura our entire lives, and now we really look up to a lot of artists that are killing it right now. So, Feliz, obviously. Zucchero, we were talking about Zucchero just now. Also, Mao yesterday talked with Ricky. We're gonna meet Baby K in a little bit as well.
We're excited.
So it's exciting.
Yeah.
We don't know what to expect because we've never performed here before, so we don't know. We don't know how the public is, but I hope it's as warm as the Italian people are, because you guys are. It's very similar to us in Latin America where you know it's hugging and kissing and you know it's that culture of the mom cooking family, you know. So I think it's gonna be a very loving show. Hopefully.
Thank you so much.
I saw you guys were recording stuff before. I saw you on the Instagram stories.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
So we love, obviously we're songwriters and we love making music every chance we get. Lately we don't have as much time as we used to because we're traveling so much. So when they told us, when we first met the Sony Music Italy team, they told us we have a really cool studio in Italy, in Milan, and we're like, that's super interesting. Usually that's like telling a kid that there's toys and that there's like candy or whatever. For us, it's like, oh, there's a studio, and our eyes already light up because that's kind of where we like to spend the most time. So when we got here yesterday, we had a couple of hours to rest and to kind of get used to the time change and everything. And instead of resting, we said, let's go to the studio and let's make some music. We thought actually we were just gonna record a song that we needed to record, but instead we ended up writing a song that for us is one of the best things we've done in a very long time, and we do think that it has a lot to do with Milan and with Italy and what it inspires in us, you know.
Definitely the culture of being born in Venezuela and then being raised in the United States definitely played a part. Our family, though, for example, in my house, we weren't allowed to speak English. We were only allowed to speak Spanish at my house because we would speak English in school and everywhere else, and my parents wanted to make sure that we maintained our perfect Spanish. So at the house, when we would talk and they would hear speaking in English, they'd be like, no, you gotta speak in Spanish, you know. So both cultures.
Was your mother?
Yeah,
My
our mother
mom
and
and father,
father. Yeah. For us, our culture, our Venezuelan culture, was always very present. But obviously, all of our friends being from the States, opened our eyes to different types of music and different types of things that made us start, soaking all of that stuff in to be able to write the music we do now. And definitely the transition between songwriters and artists, it didn't, it's not like we started writing because we're like, oh, this is what we want to do, and then all of a sudden, you know what, I want to start writing. What it was that we singing. What it was that we were singing before, but no one would listen to our music. So we wanted to be able to buy things and
to live.
Eat, and be able to be a grown up and have my own house or my own apartment. So we were like, how can we do this? Because no one's listening to our music. So the first chance we got to write a song for somebody else, we're like, all right, I don't know if I want to do this, but let's see what happens. And the first one was an artist called Dalla, and from Mexico. And when we wrote that song, it went #1, and we're like, okay, so maybe we should, look more into this. And then we did the Ricky Martin stuff, Becky G, and all the different other artists that we wrote for. That made us also learn what languages or vocabulary worked with the people, and we're like, okay, so this song worked, why did it work? Okay, and we applied that into our music, and we released a song called Mi Mala, and that's the song that first connected for us about a little bit more than a year and a half ago. And that's a song that changed our lives completely, and thanks to that song, all the other ones came, and we're able to be here in Milan for the first time to sing.
We've been artists for 13 years. It's a long time. We started making our first album when I was 12 and he was 15. Now I'm 25, and it's crazy because God has a very particular way of working where in the moment we would get super frustrated throughout the years thinking, wow, why is this not picking up? And then now I look back and I'm like, thank God it didn't pick up before, and thank God it's happening now. And so it's crazy to think that 13 years later, we're here with you guys.